In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to go from 0 to your first 0.01 Bitcoin or your next 0.01 Bitcoin, even if you think you're priced out right now. So maybe you've seen my video on the 0.21 Bitcoin retirement math and you've thought to yourself, this is just not possible for me. So after watching this video, you'll be able to understand why 0.01 Bitcoin puts you in an elite territory globally. Execute your first month of disciplined accumulation and avoid the security mistakes that destroy long-term stacks. Special thanks to Bitbox Hardware Wallets for sponsoring this video. So let's jump into the math of rarity, why 0.01 Bitcoin matters more than you think, because we tend to get fixated on price right now. So why is this important? So we want to immediately shift your mindset from dollar value thinking to asset rarity thinking, which is the foundation of building wealth, not just accumulating Bitcoin. So as of June 2026, where we are right now, Bitcoin is trading around 60K-ish, which means 0.01 Bitcoin costs approximately $617. That sounds expensive when you're paying rent, student loans, and trying to save for a house, but here's what nobody tells you about the numbers, and this is an important shift that you have to make in your mind. There are only 100 to 106 million people globally, worldwide, who even own any Bitcoin at all. So that's about 1.3% of the global population of 8 billion people. Fewer than 1 million wallet addresses hold at least one full Bitcoin. And even getting to 0.01 Bitcoin puts you in a group most humans on Earth will never access in their lifetime. When you own 0.01 Bitcoin, you're at part of an exclusive tier of asset holders that represents less than 5% of all Bitcoin owners. I know it's difficult to wrap your mind around sometimes, but even the smallest amount of Bitcoin that you can get over the course of time is going to be beneficial. This isn't about having $600 worth of Bitcoin. It's about securing a position in a scarcity-based system that rewards early participation and discipline. But here's the trap. I see so many of you guys get stuck on the price tag instead of focusing on the actual pathway. You say, I can't afford $617 right now, or Bitcoin is too volatile, and you stay at zero while inflation is quietly eroding everything else that you're saving. So let me ask you directly, if I showed you the real barrier isn't money, it's the wrong starting framework. Would that be helpful to you? Keep watching, because in the next block, I'm breaking down the psychological wall that keeps you from feeling priced out and how to smash through it in week 1. So let's talk about breaking the peasantry mindset from scarcity thinking to strategic action. Why is this important? Because your psychology, more than you probably realize, determines whether you'll start stacking or talk yourself out of it every time the market dips. Most people fail not from bad timing, but from adopting the wrong identity, by embodying the wrong identity. I want you to look at the comment section on my older videos. Just scroll through some of them. You'll see things like 0.1, nowhere near enough to retire, that means, or Bitcoin is already too late. You'll see all kinds of negative sort of comments around that. And these are people that don't understand Bitcoin, and they also don't understand the long-term stacking process of holding the world's scarcest asset. So that language reveals something deeper. It's the voice of someone who's already decided they don't belong in this game. And that's precisely where the elite really want you. They don't want you here. They don't want us here. Okay. Here's the uncomfortable truth, though. When you tell yourself you need one Bitcoin to matter, you're setting up a failure condition inside of your own mind, inside of your own behaviors. Because you're comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're comparing your 0.01 Bitcoin to someone else's 10 Bitcoin or whatever. And by the time you convince yourself to buy anything, you've already talked yourself into waiting until it's cheaper or more stable, okay? It's always going to be volatile. The volatility is definitely straining out as time goes by, but it's still going to continue to be a volatile asset. So starting with 0.01 changes this entire equation. First, you prove to yourself that you're capable of taking action. That's super important. Second, you enter the scarcity tier that matters for the long run. No matter how much, whether it's just 0.01, you've got a foothold in this system for the future. Third, you build a habit loop that turns small wins into compounding momentum. And every successful stacker that I know, all my private clients, started by proving they could stack to a plan, not by predicting prices. This is the big problem with retail investors. They don't have a long enough time horizon, and you have to do that. But there's a critical caveat, and this is where most people derail. You can't just buy Bitcoin once and call it a day. And if you're going to invest six figures over the next decade, your month one foundation needs to be bulletproof. In the next section, I'm going to walk you through the exact weekly checklist, the security setup, the micro DCA schedule, and the two tools that protect your stack before you've even accumulated significant amounts. If you're getting value out of this, I appreciate it if you had crushed that like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. So month one, execution blueprint. So I'm going to walk you through what weeks 1 through weeks 4 look like. Why? Because theory doesn't build stacks. Systems and discipline do. You need a concrete roadmap that removes decision fatigue and keeps you moving forward even when the news feels scary. And for a lot of people right now, the news feels super scary. You can see the fear and greed index. The fear index, I think today is at like an 8. I mean, it's off the charts almost. Let's outline the exact 4-week progression that I recommend to anyone starting from zero. Not financial advice. Please do your own research. But this isn't speculative advice. Okay, it's a battle-tested framework that I've used with a ton of my students, my private clients, designed to prioritize security and habit formation over speed or returns. It's a different focus. Here's where most people mess up. They jump straight into buying on Coinbase. They leave it on Coinbase, and they wonder why they panic sell during the next 20% or 50% drop. I get it, right? So, or worse, they chase complicated setups. Maybe starting off by trying to run a node or doing mining or doing DeFi protocols, all before they've built consistent accumulation habits. You got to start at the very foundation. You don't need advanced strategies yet. You just need a foundational discipline and a solid process. So week 1, what does that look like? Set up a self-custody wallet on a mobile hardware device. Start with something really simple like the Bitbox hardware wallet, which I'll cover in just a second. Learn the seed phrase backup process. This is not complicated. A lot of people have this very, very much overcomplicated in their minds. Write it on paper, store it offline, verify the restoration before you actually fund the wallet. I do love Bitbox hardware wallets. They make self-custody, especially for new people into the space or people that are transferring from like a Ledger wallet or a Treasure wallet or a less secure wallet. This is the Swiss vault for your Bitcoin private keys. It's fully open source. USB-C literally works with any operating system, Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android. I've been in Bitcoin for 13 years. This is one of my favorite Bitcoin wallets in my 13 years in this space, partially because it is so easy to use and to set up. So just go to bitbox.swiss/Brad and use the code BRAD for 5% off if you want to check that out. So week 2 is where you execute your first micro purchase using a recurring DCA platform that supports non-custodial withdrawal. And we can talk about what some of those are. Let me know if you want to know what some of those are in the comments. Start with whatever amount won't disrupt your essential expenses. This is really important. We're not gambling here. We're setting up a systematic savings account, essentially. So week 3 is where you perform your first test transfer, send a small amount from the exchange into your cold storage wallet, verify the receiving address matches, and confirm the transaction on Blockchain Explorer. And then week 4 is just document your process. Write down what worked, what confused you, and set your next month dollar cost average schedule. And repeat this over and over. And if you're having any kind of issues with this or any of these other processes that I talk about, I offer 30-minute coaching calls, essentially. And so there's a link in the video description below for those. My calls are very reasonable. So now this framework assumes that you can commit to something slightly larger than one payment. Okay, so we want to break this out. Now, what if you literally can't even find $100 right now without jeopardizing your essential living expenses? Don't want you to do that. Don't abandon the plan. This is what most people do. Like, well, hey, I can't afford that, or I can't afford, $100 or $600 or whatever. You just have to adjust your timeline. We're building a 10-year discipline, not rushing toward arbitrary milestones or someone else's milestones. Again, comparing your year 1 to someone else's year 20, for example. That's why I want to help you make sure you're prepared for what happens when the market inevitably moves against your entry price. That's what we're going to cover in the next block. I do cover these topics more in depth in my micro newsletter. It's one paragraph, just a couple of times a week. Type micro in the comments if you'd like access to that. So weathering the volatility trap. Bitcoin is an incredibly volatile asset. And if you want the gains, you have to be able to stomach the volatility. So this is all about having a process for staying committed when it gets ugly. Why? Because your biggest risk isn't losing money, it's quitting before you've given compounding a chance to actually work. The market, trust me, I've been in this for 13 plus years. The market will test your conviction more than once. It's tested mine in this cycle as well, and you need armor before you face those moments. Looking at Bitcoin's 2026 performance, we've already seen volatility swing from the high 90K range in January down to the low 60 range and actually into the high 50s by June. That's a 35% year-to-date decline, and it's actually a 50+% decline from the all-time high back in October. People who sell during these drops aren't calculating, they're reacting emotionally. They didn't plan for volatility, so they treat normal cycles like they're an emergency. And the worst part, they often sell at local bottoms, then buy back higher when sentiment shifts again. So this is trying to sentiment-proof your stacking methodology. This cycle of fear and greed is how most retail investors lose wealth despite being on the right side of the macro thesis, being a Bitcoin investor. So the antidote is simple, but it is difficult, and it might require you to have some support, some community, some coaching. Pre-commit to your accumulation schedule regardless of the Bitcoin price. You want to set maybe a daily dollar cost average or weekly or monthly. Just set something that's doable, and then you can always increase or decrease as your situation changes. When Bitcoin drops 30%, your fixed dollar cost average buys more Satoshis per dollar. Over 5 years, those discounted purchases become your highest growth holdings. Your goal isn't timing the market. This is removing all of that nonsense. It's owning the asset consistently while others trade on emotions. Fear shakes them out of the markets. The elites want you shaken out of this market. They do not want us here. Remember, you're not chasing short-term returns. You're building a 10-year financial fortress. But there's one more psychological hurdle I haven't addressed yet. Even if you execute perfectly for year one, you still face the temptation to sell when life demands cash, weddings, emergencies, opportunities. Without a clear rule for when to hold versus when to use your Bitcoin, discipline evaporates under pressure. That's precisely why it's always pivotal to have your 4 levels of liquidity in place. You should watch my 4 levels of liquidity video next. Click the link in the card above or in the description below, and I will see you there.